Hello and welcome to a peaceful corner of the Bulgarian countryside. But this is me and I like history. So I am taking you to a Roman Villa Rustica. We are near Pavlikeni in northern Bulgaria, and this Villa Rustica was a commercial pottery. The Villa Rustica dates from the late 1st century AD. But what is a Villa Rustica? A Villa Rustica at its core is a business. The Villa Rustica produced goods for sale on the open market. The type of product varied. For example, some villas specialized in the production of wheat and barley, others in livestock for food and transport, and some specifically were stud farms designed to raise the horses needed by the empire. But this Villa Rustica specialized in ceramics. Geography, customers' demand, and competition determined what was produced or manufactured in the Villa Rustica. So, why here? Natural resources play an important role in what the villa produces. In this location, there are deposits of good clay, there is clean water, and there are trees for burning. These elements make it an ideal place for a pottery. The second consideration is location, or what you may call human geography. The villa is strategically positioned near the roads connecting the major towns in the region. Location near a main road is very important. First, everyone traveling on the road is a potential customer. Probably outside the villa and clearly visible from the road, ceramics are on display. There may be some brisk selling by the side of the road, but big customers will be invited to visit the villa. The manager would welcome them and show them around. There will be clay pots, vases, plates, plaques, cups and lanterns on display in the courtyard, as well as in the villa's shop or atelier. The customer, especially if he is a large reseller, may even be shown around the warehouse as a way to reassure him that the villa could fulfill large orders. Proximity to the road has another advantage. It makes your business easy to find and easy to visit while on the journey to somewhere else. Also, because the pottery production of the villa is designed for export, access to a good road is very important. You have to remember that ceramics at this point are transported on carts pulled by oxen. So, a direct access to a good road connecting you to the big towns and their markets in the region saves time and energy. Selling to individuals and small resellers is part of the business. But the biggest customer of almost every Villa Rustica in the Roman provinces is the Roman army. For the villa to thrive, the villa's managers must win supply contracts with the army. And they did. Ceramics made here have been found in the Nove fort on the Danube, and it is probably on the back of army contracts that Pavlikeni's ceramics traveled all the way to the provinces of Dacia, more or less modern-day Romania, and even Crimea. Finally, competition. We are in the valley of the river Rosica. To this day, this valley is very fertile. And at the time of the Pavlikeni villa, there were many other villas. So it could be that competition in the agricultural goods market was tough, but things were quite a bit different in the ceramics business. The demand for ceramics was very high, and the local producers, which the main ones were this one, the Pavlikeni rustic villa, a pottery in Hotenica and one in Butova, could not meet the demand for a very long time, and ceramics had to be imported from other parts of the empire. Rustic villas had two entrances. One was mixed. It was used by both visitors to the site and residents. Close to this entrance there is a large warehouse. The warehouse was probably used for storing ceramics ready for sale, and it served also as the villa's food storage. Villa rusticas had to be self-sufficient, which meant growing their own food. In a well-designed villa, storage and access are planned to minimize the time and effort it takes to move goods into the villa and out of the villa, as well as the shortest route for people and machinery to move around the complex. Next to the warehouse, there probably was a portico and some residential buildings. The portico and the residential buildings closest to it were a mixed area. It was probably used to display ceramics and as a business office for the manager. This area extended into a semi-public area where the manager entertained important visitors, clients and business partners. This part of the residential quarters was as well built and decorated as the villa could afford, because it functioned as an advert for the economic success of the villa. Back then, like now, no one was going to start a commercial relationship with a business on the brink of collapse. Then there will be the manager's proper private quarters. A hint of the success of the business is that the manager's house included a bath, with both hot and cold water pools. And there is archaeological evidence that the house had underfloor heating. I do not need to tell you that these were luxuries. The other entrance in the east of the villa was almost exclusively used by the residents of the villa. Close to the entrance there is a clay pit, the potter's workshops, huts for airing the ceramics and storage buildings. The layout meant that everything the potters needed was close at hand, but not the kilns. As a way to prevent accidental fires from spreading, the kilns and the huts were built some distance from other buildings in the villa. So far, about 50 kilns have been discovered. It was common to work a kiln until it became unusable, and then build a new one on top of the old one. Kilns were often clustered in a semicircle, so that one man could stoke the fires in up to 5 kilns at the same time. And, thanks to Professor Sultov, you do not need to imagine what the kilns look like. Professor Sultov wanted the Ceramic Center to be a place for students to experience and learn about Roman technology. And in my next video we look at kilns and talk ceramics. If you want to visit or learn more about the center, I put a link to the Pavlikeni Ceramics Center website in the description below. Thank you for watching. In my videos I tell you about the history, mythology and art of the places I visit in Europe. If you like this take on travel, please subscribe. Until next time, thank you for watching. Have a lovely day. Bye bye.